We're getting started on another case. Turnabout Reformation. Let's get into it. Well, XavierWright, we're all waiting. Do you have any decisive evidence that the diary didn't end with this page? The defense. The defense has no evidence to present.
No evidence? Are you sure, Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm sure. I see. Then I believe, Herr Judge, that we've reached a conclusion. You fought well, XavierWright, and you played a good game. But alas, all good things must come to an end, yeah?
Well, I believe we've reached the end. I don't see any reason to further prolong this trial. Nor is there any need for further deliberation on the defendant's case. With all the facts cleared up, I no longer see any room for doubt. This court declares the defendant, Mr. Zak Gramarye.
Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Zak?
There is one thing I wish to make clear. Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. It is impossible.
I'm afraid the defendant is quite mistaken. I most certainly have the authority to declare a verdict on you.
Except, tell me, how do you intend to declare your verdict when your defendant does not exist?
Doesn't exist? What are you talking about?
I am talking about this. Mr. Enigma! The defendant's escaped. Find him, quick!
Bailiff, close all exits from the building! On the double, he must not be allowed to escape!
And just like that, everything came to an end. The trial ended with no winners. There were no losers either. No verdict was passed, because, of course, the defendant didn't exist. Both sides were left with an unsatisfactory conclusion. The truth of that case was never discovered. Was Zak Gramarye innocent or guilty? No one knew then, and no one knows today. January 14th, Eldoon's Noodles. I read the concept for this case just a few minutes before I started recording. Now I was just trying to decide what case to play next, and you know, as soon as I saw this be as an alternate universe where he didn't lose his badge, Phoenix, I was intrigued. So we're just giving this a shot. I've not heard anything about this case, so going in completely with no expectations. The only thing I do know about this case is that it was made for the ticking time bomb competition that happened last year. Well. What voice should I do for him? Eldoon is 49 years old, so kind of a more old-sounding voice. Let me try something. Well. Look who decided to show up. What's cracking, young Benjamin? It's good to see you around here again. Hey, Mr. Eldoon. It's good to see you too. As for me, well, life has been incredibly boring, I'd say. We've got Ben Tennyson here. And, it did say in the description of this case, he is completely unrelated to any other Ben Tennysons you might know. Benjamin Kirby Tennyson, although my friends just call me Ben. Best noodle seller in town. I visit his shop on a frequent basis. And we have an attorney's badge. The piece of jewelry that proves I'm an attorney. Flashy, right? No need to say it, son. Your expression does all the talking I need. I felt that moment in time when my life was all empty and barren, with nothing but dust with me. Didn't realize my thoughts were that predictable. Well, you know how it is. I spent so much time trying to get the law degree and the shiny badge. Once I finally get it, it feels like it ain't working out. Know what I mean, Mr. Alduin? Yep. I feel you there, kid. Trust me, I've been there. I'm trying to get the good cases, but all I can find are petty offenses like shoplifting and stuff. Oh, that was not meant to be the Alduin voice, sorry. I'm just trying to work out the voice, to be honest, because Alduin's kind of a unique character. I want to get his voice right. Yeah, it's a tough situation. Finding work out there is as tough as finding a needle in a haystack. Stay tough. One day, kid, you'll hit the big leagues, and when you do, you'll be going places. And what you need is some noodles to boost your luck-o. What will it be? The usual? Yeah, sure. It's not as if I really eat any of the other options anyway. My name is Benjamin Kirby Tennyson, though people usually just call me Ben. I'm a defense attorney, though I'm not a very successful one, to be frank. My career in the field of law, well, so far it hasn't been as fulfilling as I had hoped it would be. All that hard work to get to where I am, and it still feels like I've wasted my life. The majority of the cases I've taken up, my clients are either idiotic with bad insurance, or they're annoying teenage girls that got in trouble for something stupid as shoplifting. Something as stupid as shoplifting. Oh, well, yeah, I don't know. Someone in my school, some girl got done for shoplifting Monster Energy drink. I remember my reaction being, really? You gonna get in trouble over Monster Energy? Yeah. And the one big case I did take, well, let's just say it wasn't a good point in my career. Sometimes I wish things could just lighten up for me, you know? Oh my, that badge. Huh? Oh, it's Trucy. Huh? Who's this? And why is she dressed like that? That badge. You're a defense attorney, aren't you? Yeah. I don't believe we had the pleasure, miss. Well, looky here. Crucidal. Another warm face. It seems the winds of fate feeling pretty kind today. Hi, Mr. Alduin. Actually, I just came down here to get some noodles for Daddy, but I think I found something even better. Is she talking about me? I see. That's how it is then. Word of advice, kiddo. You should go with her. Trust me, you won't regret it. Huh? I'm not sure I get it. Who is this? You want to turn your life around, Rat Bucko? Well, go with her, and you'll get the opportunity to do just that. She's a deuteragonist, so if you join her, you become the protagonist. That's how this works. Unfortunately, I'm just going to be a side character, so the noodle seller. I didn't even get to be a witness in the game. It's pretty bad. What, she can find me a good case or something? Something like that. Just follow me and you'll be golden. Right, and who are you? Oh, me? I'm XavierWright, magician extraordinaire. Should I have heard of this girl or something? Come on, Mr. Alduin says you want a life changer, right? Ow, okay, I'm coming. I don't really trust this, but yeah, why not? I've got nothing to lose. Well, as soon as you join up with the main characters of these games, you're going to be seeing a whole lot more dead bodies. So, don't count on there being nothing to lose, if you know what I mean. What the hell is this place? Looks like Albedo's closet when he doesn't do his laundry for the week. Mommy, Daddy, look what I brought back. Brought back? I'm not food, you know. Who's this, Truce? Didn't I tell you to consult us before bringing home a boyfriend? Daddy, it's not like that. Just look at his shirt. His shirt? Ah, that badge. You're a defense attorney, aren't you? Yes. Can somebody explain to me what's going on here? An offense attorney. Ah, I think I get it now. What's your name, kid? It's, Ben. Ben Tennyson. And you are... What? Trucy didn't mention that part? Name's Wright. Phoenix Wright. No way. What the hell's he doing in those hobo clothes? I guess that could have been his regular chill out clothes from before losing the badge. Either that or him wearing this outfit's canon event. No freaking way. You're Phoenix Wright? The legend? The ultimate attorney? The turnabout terror? That Phoenix Wright? Ah, so my reputation precedes me, I take it. Are you kidding me? I'm your biggest fan. You're a legend. Ah, shucks. You flatter me, kid. Though you didn't seem to recognize me at first sight. Maybe it's the hobo clothes? Though I thought Trucy might have told you on the way here. Well, it was mostly the hobo clothes, but... Sorry, but I wasn't informed of anything at all before coming here. I was just told that if I wanted a good opportunity, I should come here. Is that right? So we got Iris and Phoenix in this timeline. That is very interesting, yeah. I wonder what changes they'll have this will have made to the timeline to end up with them two together, because Iris was supposed to be in prison following the third. I don't know how long she was going to be in prison for her crimes, but she did help as an accomplice to the murder. So maybe she only recently got out or something. And a difference between the timelines. Anyway, we'll see what's happening. Trucy? Trucy, my darling. Did you perchance bring this young man here without actually telling him where he was going? Maybe. What? Trucy, come on. This is the third guy this week. The third? Forgive Trucy, please. She can get a bit overexcited at times. Hey! In any case, my name is Iris Wright. It's a pleasure to meet you. So, they got hitched. Let's go. Phoenix Iris shippers? Where are you at? Wright? Are you a relative of Mr. Wright's? Well, I thought it was pretty obvious, but yeah, she's my wife. Wife?! I don't know, I just had this feeling that you being a single dad was like a canon event. What the fuck are you talking about, kid? Yep, and Trucy here is my daughter. Daughter?! You're using that surprise face a lot today. Well, sorry, I just didn't know Mr. Wright had a wife or a daughter. Then again, I know more about this guy's work life than his personal one. Yeah, people don't most of the time. I can tell you're a bit confused, so go ahead, kid. Ask me whatever you like. Where do I even begin? Well, we have to do it. Ah, the good old badge. You gotta love the feeling of shoving it in people's face. Though, for me personally, I'd show off my badge of company with a... okay then. A bit weak, but you'll get there with the proper training. Training? Do I have to? Huh. You don't look very happy in this photograph. Well, I'm not very photogenic, I'm afraid. Oh well, it's only a court record profile picture, not a big concern. Then why did you comment on it in the first place? Ah, good old Mr. Eldoon. You know him, Mr. Wright? Of course I do. I used to visit him all the time with my assistant. Still do, in fact. Well, not with my assistant, but I still visit him. One cannot enjoy life without a taste of those noodles, in my opinion. Mr. Wright and I share a common opinion on something? Mr. Wright and I share a common opinion on something? If I could die right now, I think I would die happy. Well, this is a die-hard fan. He's been here since 2001. We'll show you your daughter now. What do you think of this, Mr. Wright? Can't say a lot about that, really. You know, she's only my own daughter. How doesn't that just take you back, Feeny? The days where you would just shove random evidence in people's faces and they wouldn't get why. Huh. I suppose I did do that, didn't I? You still do, Daddy? He does, doesn't he? Hey, you can't gang up on me like this. We have a guest. What kind of worms did I just open? What do you think of your wife, Mr. Wright? Can't say a lot about her either. Yeah. The legendary defense attorney himself. I never thought I'd meet him in the flesh. So he's 36, which means this is 3 years after Apollo Justice would be set, which means this takes place in 2029, which is interesting. Trucy's 18, Iris is 35, yeah. And if he's 22 in 2029, yeah, he was born in 2007. Interesting. What do you think of this, Mr. Wright? What do you think of yourself? I don't really care, you know. You don't really care about yourself? That's a bit weird. Let's examine some stuff. Who's this? Gotta say, he looks somewhat familiar. What's going on here? Feels like the atmosphere just got really tense all of a sudden. We don't talk about that guy. Ever. Okay, it's probably best to interrupt this subject. Can't examine Charlie? No? Anything... What's this? A flying spaghetti fork? Don't you just want to figure out how it stays in the air? Well, don't you? Not really. Ha! You're more boring than Uncle Edgeworth. Uncle who? How could you have read about Phoenix but not Edgeworth? Come on. Fake fan. Piano. I don't think there's anything else. Let's... Can't move anywhere. No. Let's just talk. So, you really him? Like, you really are the Phoenix Wright. Not quite what you expected, huh? You probably expected me in some big blue fancy suit or something. Oh no, not at all, sir. People can dress how they like on their off days. Oh, it's not Daddy's day off. He just dresses like a lazy bum when he's not in court. Yes, quite unbecoming of your idol, isn't it, Mr. Tennyson? You'd think a lawyer would take the time to dress more appropriately for a civil case, even when not at the trial. It's not like I do it on a regular basis. You're working a case right now, I take it? Oh yeah. It's a boring civil case. Not something you'd be interested in. So, whatever happened to the old Phoenix Wright that only took murder cases? Come on. I was actually just going over some notes with Iris when Trucy brought you here. His wife helps him with his cases? Huh, lucky. I actually find it quite shameful, to be honest, Mommy having to help Daddy out of his jams. How did you... It's magic! This girl scares me. Still, though, I find it hard to believe that I'm standing in the Wright & Co. law offices. The Wright & Co. Well, I suppose it was called that at some point. Huh? What do you mean? Didn't you read the sign when we came here? This is the Write Anything agency. The Write What agency? Write Anything agency. It was Trucy's idea to name it after we adopted her. She thought this place simply being a law office was quite bland, so effectively it's both a talent agency and a law office. I know those are two things that seem very distinctive and strange to put together, but so it being called the Write Anything agency, also a canon event, because if you recall in Apollo Justice, it's not named that till after Apollo starts working at the office, because it hasn't even been a law office in so long. We couldn't resist Trucy's adorable smile. Precisely. So we couldn't assist. Well, that would mean Iris did get out of jail quite a bit sooner, which is interesting, because, you know, for that, I mean, it depends when obviously Trucy made that request, but you'd think it would be within a year of being adopted, which isn't that long for Iris to be in jail. But again, due to the circumstances of the case, there could be, you know, leniency. I see. I have to admit that's weird as hell. Although they mentioned Trucy is adopted. That does explain a lot, I suppose. Not only is there no clear resemblance, but they're too young to be Trucy's parents. Don't worry, we get that a lot. Does mind reading run in the family or something? Well, anyway, I think I understand the Wright family a bit better now. So, why am I here exactly? I mean, I was dragged here about an opportunity, but I didn't glean much else from that. Oh yes, of course. Trucy didn't explain that to you, did she? Come on now, I want it to be a surprise. Besides, I feel like this guy might be the one this agency needs. You hardly know anything about him though, from the looks of it. But alright. So Ben, how would you like to join the agency? What? Me? Work for the legendary Phoenix, right? I know it seems a bit sudden. It did for the others I've spoken to. Still, you seem like a good kid. I don't see a problem. But we've just met. And I've been looking for a good apprentice for a while. Like I said, I've talked to others and, well, let's just say they weren't up to par. Though I've only spoken to you for a few brief moments, I can see something in you. Main character energy. Does he really? Come on, Benji. That's a rare praise coming from Daddy. Just think, you'll get to work with your idol. And maybe you can be my magic assistant. Trucy dear, please, we're not turning every lawyer we interview into your assistant. After all, we do want to keep our employees alive. I don't think most people can handle the awesomeness in your magic. Ah, I love you too, Mummy. And I suppose you have a point. Me? Working with Phoenix, right? He wasn't listening to anything they were saying. That's been my dream ever since I left law school. But after that case... Don't feel bad, young man. You're an attorney. You did what you were meant to do. The verdict is not in your hands. All you have to do is steer the person delivering it. Ever since that case, I vowed never to take another case like that again. And Mr. Wright's best known for those types of cases, so... I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. Sorry? What for? I can't join your agency. I'm sorry. What? That's quite an unexpected answer. You said it, Mommy. What gives? I thought you'd said you were Daddy's biggest fan. Most people would jump at the chance to work with someone they worship that much. I know. It's just... I don't really work well with other people, so, Oh, is that all? In that case, I can help you work on that. No need to worry. I appreciate it, but... That's a lot of locks. Ben, are you sure that's the real reason why you don't want to work with me? We're gonna get some reverse psych locks now. Huh? Yeah, it is. What's with Mr. Wright? He looks like he's seen a ghost. Oh, that's mine. Give me a sec, will ya? What's that weird ringtone? Hello, Wright speaking. Oh, hey, it's you. It's good to hear your voice. What's up? Are you serious? You've been arrested? Again? But what can I do? I'm already taking... What's up with Mr. Wright? That phone call must be serious. Okay, I have no idea. I'm not sure if it worked, but... Okay, I'll see you soon. Beanie, is something wrong? Yeah, that didn't sound like a very pleasant phone call. Okay, don't freak out, but... Maya's been arrested again. I know. Maya is just... What has she done now? Come on. She blew up the president of Sweden this time. Just completely to smithereens. What? Again? Maya? Who's Maya? See, he doesn't even know who Maya is. Come on. He read the case, but he only read the bits about Phoenix. Or he never even watched the trials. This is pretty bad, Daddy. Ooh, no, not pretty bad. This is bad, Daddy. How are you going to defend Aunt Maya? You're already taking a case. This is going to be how they lure him into it. Mr. Wright's looking at me. Oh no. If I heard this conversation right, I can only imagine what he's going to ask. Look, kid. I know I may not have any right to ask you this, but I have a request to make. A defense request. I need you to defend one of my close friends for me. What? We headed down to the detention center to talk to Mr. Wright's friend. Mrs. Wright stayed behind to look after the office just to be safe. And that's where it all started. Me, a mere defense attorney of low caliber, thrown into a case that would mark me forever. Not that I knew it at the time, of course. How could I have? Nothing in the world could have prepared me for what I was about to face. Alright, I'm already interested. This is a very good setup so far. How did I end up here? I didn't want to get tangled in any of this. Somehow I did anyway. Proves what great luck I have, right? Guards, we're here to see Maya Fey. Oh, you mean subset to that murder case? Yeah, hold on a sec. Murder case. No. This is definitely something I don't want to get mixed up in. Why me? Just why? Just why? Nick, Trucy, you came! Maya, I'm so glad to see you! Well, not like this, but you get what I mean. I echo that sentiment, Truce. Seriously, Maya. You can't stay out of trouble for one day, can you? Oh, come on! It's not like I want to get arrested all the time. I just have bad luck. Is that so hard to believe? No, actually it isn't. Bad luck seems to be a running theme in my life too. Huh? Who's this guy? Trucy's new boyfriend? What? No! We only met today. Why does everyone keep saying that? No. Fortunately, he's not Trucy's boyfriend. Fortunately? I'll have you know I'm quite good looking, old man. I'm not that old. Anyway, where was I? I can mind read people too now. Right. This guy is gonna be your defense attorney. He didn't even get a yes out of him. I'm just gonna force him into it. He is? Oh, I get it. You must be Nick's new protege. No, I'm not. I'm just, defending you on his behalf. Against my better judgment, evidently. Oh, really? That's a shame. Yeah, it's really weird considering he said he's a big fan of Daddy's. What kind of fan of Daddy's wouldn't want to work with him? Look, we're not here to talk about that. Look, all I need is for you to answer my questions, okay? I think that's how this goes anyway. Alright, alright. I need to get your brown hair in a twist. I'll answer whatever you want me to. I'll answer whatever you want me to. I'm IFA, Master of Kurine. Pleased to meet ya. Kurine? That village of mediums that could channel dead people? I've read about them. Though not everything I read was good. Well, whatever. That's not important right now. It's weird how you ever thought it was weird how read is spelled like read? Like a present tense and a past tense is spelled the same. It's just English is a weird language. Well, whatever. That's not important right now. I need to ask Miss Faye questions relating to the case. I know I've probably asked this a million times, but how did I get mixed up in this? Huh, your badge. Is presenting your badge like an attorney compulsion or something? Huh? No. For me, it's like presenting all the achievements I've made throughout my career. Not that I've made that many significant achievements, but a guy can dream. Huh, I never thought of it like that. I always thought Nick just showed his off just to be annoying. Of course you did. Maya Faye, a friend of Mr. Wright's and the master of Kurine Village. What do you think of this, Miss Faye? Sorry, I don't think I can tell you anything about that. It was worth a try, I suppose. Jeez, Nick, you still wear those homeless bum clothes? What can I say? They're in season for a non-court setting. Really now? Seems more like you're just lazy. Says the woman who always napped on the couch. It's not my fault the couch is so comfy. What kind of worms have I just opened? Very good at doing that. Just by showing people pictures. Oh, Nick, how's Iris been doing? You're not boring her to death, are you? No. Good. Remember, Nick, she's my cousin and she's very dear to me. If you hurt her, you'll channel me here and get her to beat me up. I get the drill. What? Trucy, show me a magic trick. You got it, Aunt Maya. Behold, my magic panties trick. Magic panties? Those looks like something my grandma would wear. Look closely now. Nothing in the panties. Ta-da! Hey, that's my badge. How did you do that? It's magic. No crap, detective. I want to know how you pulled off such magic. Look at the badge. Didn't remember the call record. Do I have a feeling she won't tell me, so it's probably pointless to ask. Ah, Eldoons. That really takes me back. Those were some good times, weren't they, Nick? You mean the times where you ran my wallet dry? Jeez, can't you go one day without being such a party pooper? She's older than me, but she's not really acting like it. Why do you look so depressed in this photo? Huh? I'm not. I'm just not very photogenic. That's hardly an excuse. Come on, you need to show everyone what you're all about. With a miserable mug like that, no one will take you seriously. Dude, it's just a court record photo. Damn. This is pretty insulting. I don't think he looks that bad. Like, look at Pal Maractus's profile and then, you know, get some perspective. Although, yeah, they haven't done that in this universe. Detention center. Not a pleasant place to be in, I'd wager. Though certain wages are why people end up in here in the first place. What does that mean? Like, is that a reference to how gambling is illegal in this universe? What happened? So, what exactly happened, Miss Faye? Considering I know next to nothing about the case, it would help. Well, I think I should start with where the murder took place. You ever heard of Lordly Taylor? Lordly Taylor. That certainly brings back memories. Lordly Taylor? Isn't that a department store? That's right, it was actually related to a case me and Nick took a long time ago. But more to the point, a researcher that's been residing in Karine has made some discoveries on some ancient artifacts that date back to Mystic Army's time. The owner of Lordly Taylor caught wind of it and asked to do an exhibit on what he found. So I basically went over there to oversee production and stuff. Well, that's actually kind of impressive. An exhibit based around your whole clan? I know people who would kill for that type of thing. I know, right? Everyone gets to have a taste of Karine's history. Yet that didn't go so well last time, if I recall correctly. The Karine urn was stolen, remember? Geez, don't need to be such a party pooper, Nick. Party pooper? How old is this woman exactly? Anyway, so you were there to help with the Karine exhibit? Right, exactly. And the victim, did you know who he was? Yeah, I do. Joseph Chadwell. He owned Lordly Taylor. I think his father bought it off the previous owner a few years ago. And on top of that, he's the reason the refurbished Karine exhibit was brought to fruition. I see. The victim in this case, the owner of Lordly Taylor, and the one responsible for making the Karine exhibit happen. Then what motive would Aunt Maya have to kill the victim then? He put glory to Karine. Aunt Maya will be grateful to him. That's true. Then again, since when does they have no motive been a credible argument for idiot prosecutors? In any case, I should probably get a grasp on the circumstances of the crime. Why exactly did the police arrest you for the crime? Joseph texted me to come over that night because he said he wanted to talk about something. I got there at around 6:38 or so, and when I went inside his office, he was dead. I probably should have said that last part in such a cheerful voice. He was dead. I see. But why did the police arrest you specifically? Well, according to the police, I'm the only one who can do it. And that's because I'm the only one with access to the victim's office. What? Well, Joseph's office has a security system that's very, well, tough. The basic gist of it is this: the door scans you when you enter his office, and if you enter his office without a specific electronic tag, then basically it sounds the alarm, locks the door, and the guards come running. Why would he have a security system like that? I don't know. Something to do with his office getting broken into a few months ago. This guy ever heard of keycards? So, let me guess. You're the only one with the tag needed to get into the office? Yeah. Sorry. Oh, joy. If that's the case, doesn't that mean she's the only one who could have done it? I don't see any way to argue with that, to be honest. No, don't you dare think such a terrible thing. Well, you just don't get very far with such a defeatist attitude. Okay, I'm sorry. Jeez. This girl can't give me a break, can she? Anyway, I should keep the information about the tag in mind. Security tag added to the court record. A security measure of Mr. Chapel's office. If anyone walks into his office without it, activates the security system. So what's your verdict, Ben? Well, I'm not sure about this, to be honest. If she's the only one who could access the crime scene, doesn't that mean that she's the only one who could do it? Most will come to that conclusion. However, that doesn't mean you should give up so easily. There might be other possibilities you haven't explored. Yeah, but This case seems simple, doesn't it? What? No, it's not. Come on, I didn't even have a motive. At least investigate the crime scene before immediately deciding I'm the bad guy. Please, Benchy, you have to save Aunt Maya. She's important to all of us. If you don't, then... Ah, okay, I'll take a case, don't cry. Why do you have to come to me, age 22, literally just came out of school? Why can't you just give me the civil case and Phoenix can take this? Well, no, it doesn't matter. It's probably too much paperwork, is probably the answer. And whoever Phoenix is doing a case for probably wouldn't want anyone else taking it. Yay! Thank you, Benji. No problem. You realize she just got you hook, line, and sinker. Verily. Sorry, time's up. This lady has to go in for questioning. Well, that's my cue. You guys better get me out of here, alright? No need to worry, Aunt Maya. We'll prove you innocent faster than Daddy can play the piano. That's pushing it a bit, I think. Also, I didn't know Mr. Wright could play the piano. Trust me, he can't. Well, I mean, he said so himself, so... Well, with that, I'm off. Well, he said so himself in an alternate timeline. Who knows, Phoenix could have actually taken lessons in this timeline. And actually, why would he even have gone to work at clubs if he's still a lawyer? I mean, yeah, he does still have the piano in the office. There's a lot of stuff I want to know more about in terms of how similar things are to the canon timeline and how different they are. Good luck, you two. Because from the looks of it, you're going to need some. You're not coming with us? Nope. I've got a case of my own to work, remember? It's the whole reason I actually defend Maya in the first place. Alright. Well then, I guess it's just you and me, Benji. Oh goody. Hey, come on, don't look so glum. You and I are gonna make an awesome team. Ben Tennyson paired with the weird magician girl? A strange pairing that's unlikely to succeed. Well... right. Anyway, you have fun, kids. See you on the other side. Sure thing, Mr. Wright. Oh, before you go, why don't you check out this cool watch I just found in the middle of the forest? Oh, never mind. Present to thin air. Nothing happens. Oh well. Maybe I'm the only one who does that. In my cases. Presenting something to nothing. Gag. January 14th, Lord D. Taylor Exhibition Hall. Lord D. Taylor. Huh. I remember coming here a few times with Albedo when I was younger. Albedo is a name that's come up. Albedo is going to be someone relevant to the previous case he worked on. Surely. So, Benji, tell me about yourself. What's your favorite food? Do you have any siblings? What's your favorite video game? Ace Attorney. Huh? What does any of this have to do with the case? Well, I figured since we're working on this case together, I should know a bit more about you. Are you trying to butter me up so I change my mind about joining the Write Anything agency? Because, for the record, I'm not doing that. What? No! I was just curious. Damn it, now I feel like a big fat meanie. Well, to answer your second question, I do have a twin brother. See, now we're getting somewhere. So you have a brother, huh? What's he like? Well, he's alright, but he can be very... Hey, you two. No... Is this gonna be, who I think it is? Hey, you two. No loitering around here. This is a crime scene. Hey, that voice. Yep. Emma Sky. Did you hear me? A crime took place here. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Emma, it's you! Huh? Who? Trucy, is that you? What a surprise. You can say that again. You're the detective for this case, I take it? Unfortunately so. I recently just got back into the country as well. And after spending a few weeks abroad, I'd rather nap than take a case. Isn't that kind of a lazy mindset for a detective to have? And who's this guy exactly? I see do not suggest that he is my boyfriend. Jeez, guess that idea's out the window then. I'll just introduce myself then. I'm Ben Tennyson. I'm Miss Maya Faye's defense attorney. Oh, really? I didn't know Mr. Wright had a protege. I'm not his protege. I'm just defending Miss Faye because he asked me to. Really? Now that's just suspicious. Why would Mr. Wright ask some random kid to defend one of his closest friends? Trust me, this is more surreal for me than it is for you. Please, Emma. You have to help us out. Aunt Maya's life is on the line here, and you know she wouldn't kill anyone. Which makes you quite a biased detective to be on this case, man. Honestly speaking, I'm still not sure about this kid, but... well... if it's for you and your dad, Trucy, I'm more than willing to help. Thank you, Miss... Sky. Emma Sky. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Likewise. From the looks of it, she seems to be friendly with Mr. Wright. Check out my badge, Detective Sky. Huh. You say you aren't Mr. Wright's protege? Yes. You know, Mr. Wright always shows off his badge to everyone he meets. If you aren't his protege, why are you copying his mannerisms? Come on, I'm pretty sure all lawyers have shown off their badges at one point. Fair. Wouldn't surprise me if that were true. Right? This girl is sassy. What can you tell me about this, Detective Sky? From a normal point of view, there's nothing to say about that. From a scientific point of view, there's also nothing to say about that. Couldn't you have just said there was nothing to say about it at all? Can you tell me about this? Probably nothing about all of them. Just want to try everything. I don't know a thing about Trucy either. I don't know about her either. How do you know Mr. Wright? He helped me out on a case about 12 years ago. The details about that are quite a lot, but the long and short of it is my sister was on trial, and Mr. Wright really helped her out of that jam. I owe a lot to Mr. Wright. I won't be standing here without him. Huh. I suppose that's why she's open to helping us. Maya Faye. I haven't known her as long as Mr. Wright has, but I think I know enough about her to say her streak for trouble is as long as my arm. Huh. That bad, huh? I wonder how Mr. Wright dealt with it. What can you tell me about yourself? I've got nothing to say to you. Without my lawyer present. I am a lawyer. And you can't even tell me anything about the victim, come on. Maybe that's a talk topic, but we'll examine things first. To be honest, I was never a fan of museums. They never captured my interest. Typical kid mindset, really. But the crime exhibit, maybe I'll come visit this place after the case is over. So does that mean there's nothing here? I don't think so. The crime. Can I have a basic rundown of the crime? Sure, no problem. Around 6:50 yesterday, we received a call reporting a murder. The victim, as you probably know, was Joseph Chadwell, the owner of this department store. When we arrived, Mr. Chadwell was already dead. And, we found Miss Faye tied up on the ground. What? That's suspicious as hell. Yeah, who would do such a horrible thing to Aunt Maya? Security guard who reported the crime, apparently. He thought it fit to restrain Miss Faye in the event that she tried running away. An excessive use of force if you ask me, but I wasn't there so I can't judge. I don't think you need to be there to comment on how extreme that sounds. Not everyone carries a pair of handcuffs on them. Evidence. I don't know what voice to give the guard because we didn't meet them. So, what kind of evidence do you have against Aunt Maya? Well, first things first is a fresh copy of the autopsy report. The victim was stabbed, which led to death via blood loss. The time of death is reported to have been around 6 o'clock to 7 PM. Even so, we do have evidence that narrows it down to a specific. We do have evidence that narrows it down to a specific time frame. If you want to hear about that, you should speak to the lady manning the security office. The security office is just next to the victim's office. Right, I'll do that. Let's take a look at this thing. Victim was stabbed in the heart, resulting in an instantaneous death. What about the murder weapon? What do you have on that? Murder weapon? It was this knife. Nothing too fancy. There are fingerprints on it, but they're smudged, so we can't identify them. Would have sped this whole thing up if we could. Seriously, can't we get a simple, straightforward killing in this country for once? Yeah, that's, I think you made that joke in Apollo Justice as well. I think case 3 of that game, which is pretty fitting for that joke, because that was the complete opposite of a straightforward killing. I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. Look at that, a point in our favour, Benji. If they don't have identifiable fingerprints, then they can't prove Aunt Maya held the weapon. Yeah, but there are a million ways to explain that. The prosecution could easily just argue that the prints were white. You're such a downer. I'm just trying to be objective. The murder weapon, there are a set of fingerprints on it, but they're smudged. In all honesty, Trucy has a point. All the evidence can definitely be pinned on someone else. But the thing is, the circumstances are such that Maya is the only one who could have done it. The security system, right? You're well informed. Yep, it's precisely because of the security system. The only people who could have entered are people with the electronic tag. That's a tough security system. If a person entered without a tag, then not only would the door sound the alarm, it would also immediately shut itself, locking the intruder inside. Even the victim himself needed a tag, or he would have suffered the fate of a system of his own design. Not very effective, is it? The point is to basically trap the intruder until the security guard arrives. So, the security guards have tags to the victim's office. Guards the victim trusted, yes. Incidentally, the guards have devices that alert them if the alarm sounded. So even if they were on a different floor to the crime scene, they'd know if someone was there. Is it possible to disable the system? Yeah, there's a button in the victim's office that disables it. That's actually how one of the guards let the police into the security room. And doesn't that mean the security guards can be considered suspects too? After all, they have the tags necessary to get into the victim's office. I wish that were possible, but I'm afraid it's not. Naturally, we considered that very possibility, so we looked into the matter of those guards' alibis. From what we've seen of the security camera footage, every guard with a tag was exactly where they were supposed to be that night. So I'm afraid you'll have to cross them off your list of suspects. Did they edit the tapes? Oh no. What are we gonna do? God damn it. Each step we take, things seem to get more worse than better. Could it have been a suicide? Stabbed in the heart? Foot smudged fingerprints? I don't know. I mean, it's rarely ever going to be a suicide, is it? Like, one example of like there being... Well, there's 2 suicides in the series, but there's one example of a murder that's proven to be a suicide. That was actually a pretty good twist. I like that twist. Can we investigate the crime scene, Detective Sky? I'm afraid not. Once the police were let in the room, the security system was reactivated in order to prevent intruders from getting in the scene. The Lordly Taylor staff were very insistent about that, and getting one of those tags is very difficult. So, since we might be here for a while, the scene is practically inaccessible. Luck is just not on our side today, is it? Clearly not. I'm starting to think we're cursed or something. I'm sorry. If you want, you can speak to the lady manning the security office. Well, that sounds interesting. Where is the security office? It's on the next floor next to the victims. Just take the stairs on the left. You can't miss it. Right, thanks. I suppose my next order of business is the security room. Was that anything? Knife? What's upstairs? Nothing? We already presented all these, yeah. So let us go to the security office. 2014th Bloody Taylor Security Office. So this is the security office. So it seems. Detective Skies think we can find the person wanting security here. Huh, but it doesn't look like anyone's around. In that case, Benji, I think we should dig around. What, because there's no one here? Where's your class, Trucy? Who needs class in a murder investigation? People who don't want to get thrown out. Excuse me. Excuse me. Can I ask what you guys are doing in here? Oh, well, it was Ben's idea. Don't sell me down the river here. Forgive my assistant, she's a bit troubled. Excuse me, troubled? 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 Anyway, I don't know what that was. My name is Benjamin Tennyson. I'm a lawyer. Lawyer? Are you defending that weirdly dressed girl? I suppose Miss Faye's clothes are weird by normal people's standards. Yeah, that's right. My name is XavierWright, magician extraordinaire. Yes, we all know. Oh, I get it. Well, I think it's a pointless endeavour. I mean, that girl clearly did it. Better just admit that and be done with it, no? No way. Aunt Myra's no killer. You'd like to believe that, wouldn't you? But I'm sorry, that's simply the truth. Well, this conversation is going great. Even so, can I ask you a few questions? Why not? It won't save you from the inevitable, but I've got time to kill. I suppose that's better than nothing. My name is Rosalith Murray, if you care about names. Charmed, or something like that? Right. It's nice to meet you, Miss Murray. Just Rosalith is fine. I don't really care for formalities. You don't waste any time with a sass, do you? Rosalith Murray, the person who worked at security at Lordly Taylor on the night of the murder. Do you know anything about yourself? Why do you think someone like me would know anything about someone like me? I was just asking. No. Joseph Chadwell. Poor boy. You have to wonder why it's always the rich kids who get offed, huh? I suppose. For a friend of the victim, she doesn't seem all that broken up about his death. You did it! Do you know anything about, the woman you were just accusing of murder? No, I guess not. Do you know anything about that girl standing there? Do you know anything about this girl you've never met? Do you know anything about Mr. Noodles? Me. My badge. Check out my badge. Okay, and? Never mind. I don't know anything about that. Oh, why are you showing me your peasant garbage? How did you come to work for the victim? Oh, you have a misconception going on there, I see. I don't work for Joseph. He just asked me to man the security room for him tonight. The guard who usually mans this station is absent, so he asked me to cover for him. I've worked in the field of security before, so I didn't see why not. Okay, but why would he choose you specifically? You've never looked after anything for your friends before? Ah, so the victim was a friend of yours then? I'm sorry for your loss. He must have been a great guy if you were willing to do this for him. Yes, he was. His death is very sad for everyone who knew him. That's why I hope the girl who killed him gets her just desserts. You must have really cared for him. I think it's very sweet of you to offer your help like that. Eh, I don't need any praise for that. I just did what any good Samaritan would do, really. That's an odd way of putting it, but I suppose she's right, more or less. So, Miss Rosalith, what are you doing on the night of the crime? It's quite simple, really. I was manning the security station for the entire night. At around 6:40 or so, I heard a scream. I looked into the office and I saw Maya Fey standing over the corpse. I rushed back into the security room and triggered the alarm, which sent a security guard running. The guard arrived, released the lock on the door, and then restrained Miss Fey. While I stood guard of the restrained Miss Fey, the guard left to call the police. Does that suffice for you? Sure. She's blunt, isn't she? Do you have an alibi for the time of the crime? Why? Do you plan on accusing me of the crime? Well, we do have to consider every possible suspect, you know? It's also kind of suspicious how that's the first conclusion you jump to when asked that question. Don't you think, Benji? Well... Oh, please. Even if I wanted to kill Joseph, that door would have stopped me. The door? Yep. You know about the security system on that door, right? Well, there you go. Proof positive that they couldn't have gotten in there. You mean, you don't have a tag? Indeed. I'm only manning the security office, not acting as the security itself. So if I had even tried to enter the office, I'd have been trapped in there until backup came. And trust me, that's no fun, right? I suppose not. How long have you known the victim? A few years. I met him back in college. Though back then, it's not his name people raged about. It's his father's. His father's, huh? That's right. Ian Chadwell. He runs a company that specializes in the best technology. Ooh, I know who that is. A toaster was made by his company. Top quality stuff. He makes toasters too? Yeah, sure, he looks all good on the surface. But there have been negative rumours about the guy. Such as... Oh, it's nothing too fancy. Just that he cheated on his wife and he abandoned his daughter. Huh. Strange. That one seemed like it really hit home with Trucy. Is there any truth to that? Well, rumours have to come from somewhere, right? Maybe it's just some competition trying to soil his image. Who can say, right? Huh. Could be imagining it, but I feel like I heard a hint of contempt in her voice. Is she the daughter? I don't know. But... Or maybe something similar happened to her. I don't know. She's involved somehow. She's got to be. And yeah, this is the sprite that gets memed a lot, as getting used in every case. So I was bound to run it. I mean, I have played cases with this in before, but yeah, we're bound to run into her at some point, and doubtless we're gonna run into her again in a different case, in many different cases. Well, kids, this was but a fun time had by all. A good time was had by all. I pooped. But I'm afraid I have an appointment I must attend. Mr. Tennyson, I expect that you and your girlfriend will be gone by the time I return. Well, assuming I do return anyway. So long. Ah, I can't stand that girl. Who does she think she is, getting all pompous with us? I don't think it'd bother you so much. I just don't like that she was treating us like a bunch of kids. Almost every person I've talked to today has called me kid. Do you see me agonizing about it? Well, anyway, now she's gone, this is our chance. Our chance? To do what? To investigate, silly. What else? Oh, that's true. I guess we can do that now. Nah, we can do that now Marie's out the way. You'll forgive me, I hope, Rosalith. Can't present to the now, you know? These? Nothing here? Nope, not the papers. Oh, something here. Bunch of tools on the rack here. Ooh, these could be some useful props for my magic show. What do you think, Benji? Sure. Just don't expect me to defend you when you get arrested for that. I was just joking. Sure you were. Let's see here. Huh? What's this? You found something? It looks like a record of everyone who entered the victim's office that night. Everyone with a tag, most likely. This must be evidence Detective Sky was talking about. This must be the evidence Detective Sky was talking about. Any useful entries on that? Let's see here. Looks like the victim entered his office at around 6:30, and Miss Faye entered 10 minutes after the fact. So she entered around 6:40? That would line up with what Miss Marie told us. Is there any way to get the information on paper? Give me a second here. Here we go. I managed to print out a physical copy of the record. Wow, I'm impressed, Benji. That's some skills you got there. It wasn't rocket science, you know. Tag records. Shows who entered the victim's office on the night of the crime. January 13th. Joseph Chadwell, 6:30 p.m. Maya Fay, 6:40 p.m. Theoretically speaking, if you need a tag to get in, then I mean, could he have went in, turned it off, let her in, and then she did something to reactivate it, but only after she left? That's a bit of a stretch so far. Well, I say she. I'm assuming Marie's going to be the killer. If not, then it will have to be the suicide theory, because, or a character we haven't met yet, which I'm not sure about, because can there really be that many more characters? Might be. Those guards, but they all seem to have alibis. Anything else? Will that examine the same thing? Nothing. Printer? A printer. A pretty high-tech looking one too. There's a logo on it. Chapwell Industries. Figures. It's from his dad's company. What's wrong with that? I think it's really sweet. I didn't say there's anything wrong with it. Jeez, you're always on my case, aren't you? Oh, so no, that wasn't anything important. See here. Oh, this is just the computer again. So is that everything I'm taking it? Because I don't see anything else in there. We present this to Anna, should we? Nothing to say. What if we present... Oh, we got Ian Chapwell, the victim's father, war representative businessman. Familiar looking sprite there. For me. What can you tell me about this Detective Sky? Yep, nothing. Well, there's nothing in any of these places, so there must be something left in the security office that I'm missing. I have a little nose around a bit. Let's look in here. We might find some juicy info. I'm not sure about juicy, but why not? I have no actual authority to stop her anyway. Let's see. Ooh, what do we have here? It's a piece of paper. The details a will. A will? What's a will doing in a security room? Maybe you can make some sense of this, Benji. You are a lawyer after all. That's not my field of expertise, Trucy. But let me have a look at it anyway. So what does it say? It says here, I, Ian Chadwell, hereby declare that upon my death, my last living offspring will receive ownership of my company as well as the amount listed below. Amount listed below? How much is that? 2.5 million, apparently. That's a lot of money. Clearly. Looks like this is the will of the aforementioned Ian Chadwell. But what is it doing in a security room? Maybe Miss Marie was guarding it for the victim? Would he really trust her with something so important, I wonder? Ian Chadwell's will. I'm curious to see how this suspicious looking guy ties in. The victim's father, a well-renowned businessman. And Ian Chadwell's will. The will of Mr. Chadwell's father. It seems he left a sizable amount of money as well as his company once he passed away. And it's just saying the same thing. So that's everything. I suppose that's all we're going to get from here. Do we have enough for the trial tomorrow? I'm not sure. You're not sure? What do you mean you're not sure? I mean, everything I've seen so far hasn't really dissuaded me from the possibility that Miss Faye could be the culprit. How many times do I have to say it? Aunt May isn't like that. How can you be so sure? Because she's family. I know her better than anyone. You can't give up before we've even gotten to the trial. Daddy always said that a lawyer must smile no matter how tough it gets. Even if things seem hopeless and impossible. You have to keep going for the sake of your client. That's what it means to be a defense attorney. To trust your client and for them to trust you. That's why you can't give up. Trucy. If you say so. I think we've done enough. Let's get out of here. Alright then. Just wanna mark my save there. I dropped Trucy off to the right editing agency before going home myself. I doubt I'm gonna get a lot of sleep tonight. After all, there's a trial ahead tomorrow. A trial for murder. You know, this isn't the first murder case I've taken. I took one a long time ago. I was defending a rich guy accused of murdering a citizen. I proved him innocent. The case caught a lot of attention as well. I was proud of myself. For a while at least. That is, until I learned the horrible truth. The truth that some people are just corrupted and manipulative. The person I defended was Ian Chadwell, the man I trusted from beginning to end. In the end, it turned out he truly was guilty. And not just that, but the evidence I used to prove him innocent was forged. And the detective in charge of that case, the one who supplied the evidence to me, he was a friend of mine. Someone I held very dear. Someone I trusted a lot. Someone I trusted with my very life. Is it going to be his twin brother? And the bastard repaid that trust. With betrayal. The case was eventually brought to a rightful conclusion. After an investigator who wasn't satisfied with the outcome re-examined the case. Normally, double jeopardy protects defendants who are found innocent from being tried again. But since the evidence used to prove him innocent was forged, the proceeding was declared a mistrial. The man was sent to court once again, this time being found guilty. I probably would have suffered some consequences as well, but funnily enough, the friend who had betrayed my trust confessed that he was behind the forgery. I don't know why. Was it guilt? Remorse? I don't know. I don't care really. It doesn't change what he's done. It doesn't change the fact that I almost set a guilty person free to roam around in the world. That's when I decided. From that day forward, I would never take another murder case. I never wanted to take that risk again. But now, here I am. Funny how fate works, huh? I don't know if Miss Faye truly is innocent. I don't know if she's guilty either. But it doesn't matter. Because if it turns out that she is the killer behind this case, then she can go burn in hell for all I care. To be continued in the next video. Very intriguing opening, and I can't wait to see where the trial goes.